Hi everyone, it's James here. Welcome back to Squeeze Fan TV, the world's only daily Squeeze vlog. And just a nice quick one today. Just going to be asking the question, which Squeeze album brings back the happiest memories? So I've given this some thought, and for me there are at least three different phases of my Squeeze fandom. There's the early phase, which started in 1979 when I was 8 years old, and that went through to 82, obviously when the band broke up. And I've got some great memories of those records, but they are childhood memories at the end of the day. You know, great memories of Argy Bargy, and you know, I had the tent in the back garden, I seem to remember, when that album came out, but I was only 10, you know. So rather than going for childhood memories, I will go for something a little bit later. And this album, I sort of surprised myself when I kind of sat down and started to work out which Squeeze album actually has the fondest, happiest memories for me. I came to the conclusion that it's definitely this one, Babylon and On, which came out in, I never remember whether it was 86 or 87. I think it was 86, wasn't it? No, 87. And the reason really, well, there's a couple of different reasons. At the time, I was in sixth form college. I was doing my A-levels in Wrexham. And there was a great liberation had happened, because previously I was in school, I was in high school, and I was in a sort of tiny place, like a little nowhere place, where there was nowhere to go, in school time, at break time. Sixth form college, all of a sudden you had these free periods where there were no lessons and you could go to the library or you could head into town. And because the college was in town, me and my friends used to go wandering around town. We used to, go to Smith's and look at the magazines. We spent ages in Our Price, just wandering around, laughing, talking, having a great time, just being young. And I can remember this album coming out and seeing it in the shops. I think I saw it in Smith's for the first time. And I think it came out at the same time as the Joshua Tree. I've got a memory of seeing the Joshua Tree for sale with this very, portentous looking album cover. I was never a fan of U2, to be honest with you. And then this album, which obviously is very colourful and very upbeat and very happy looking. And it always seemed to me to be a very happy album. The music on it seemed very upbeat, very sort of joyous. And I was still recovering from the shock, really, of Squeeze being back. The previous album, Così fan tutti frutti, that had just been a complete bolt out of the blue for me. I had no idea that Squeeze had reformed, and just, found the record in the shop one day. Absolutely amazing. But I suppose there was always a sort of lingering doubt in the back of my mind. Is this a permanent reunion? Are they going to come back again? And when they came back out with this one again, and I saw that Jules and Gilson were still in the band, it was just absolutely incredible. So it was just so brilliant. And like I said, I think it's just that thing of being 16, 17, having friends, doing your A-levels, you're still living at home with your mum and dad. I was really into comedy at this time. I used to watch Saturday Night Live with Ben Elton every Saturday, and of course Squeeze appeared on that, doing two songs from this album. They did Hourglass and The Prisoner, and that was great to see as well. I remember watching French and Saunders, that Squeeze did 8535937 on that show, and that was just like a bolt out of the blue as well. They just came on. There was a great sense of thing, and of course Hourglass being a hit was just absolutely fantastic. It was the first time Squeeze had a big chart hit since Label with Love years before. And for all as long in the tooth Squeeze fans, it was always very frustrating whenever their singles or albums stiffed in the charts. And then Hourglass came out, this great bouncy, happy sort of pop song. Not a big favourite of mine, I must confess, but it was just so great to see it in the charts. It went top 20, I think, didn't it? And they were on top of the pops again, and people were talking about Squeeze. You could talk to your friends about Squeeze. They were not just this sort of hidden secret thing. They were back to being in the charts. It was just a very fun, optimistic time, really. Contrasted sharply with the Frank album, which was the next one to come along, which that was a bit of a different story. I've got some good memories of that too, but it's kind of a little bit nuanced, that one. This one is just, I don't know, from the cover to the music and to the memories I have of the record, I just think, for me, it's the most unsullied by anything negative. It's just happy rose-tinted memories all the way. So I will definitely go with that one, and be interested to hear if you've got any other suggestions. Which Squeeze album brings back the happiest memories? I'd love to hear about that. See you in the next video.